check my seat belt. Seat belt should be clear, no tears, rips, or frays. It latches, unlatches, position. Over here I have a fully charged 10 BC fire extinguisher. Back here I have 3 reflective triangles, and in the box I have spare fuses and circuit breakers. Okay, so let's back up. Air tanks are fully charged. Okay, so now I'm going to turn off my engine. I'm going to turn the switch back on so everything works. Yeah, I should have put that in gear before. Gear. Turn that off. Now the truck's not going to roll. I'm going to do my static brake check. So I'm going to release both of my brakes, and after that initial release, because right now you can see, looking at the gauge, you can see the air pressure is dropping.
So how many should not
losing?
Okay, so right now when that stops, okay, so now this is the static check. Now I'm looking for it to lose no more than 3 psi of air loss in 60 seconds. So now you want to be counting like 1001, 1002. You can use the second hand on your watch. You can use the timer on your phone. Gonna wait about 60 seconds. Okay, we'll call it 58, 59, 60 seconds. I didn't lose more than 3 psi of air in 60 seconds. So now I'm going to do the apply check.
Both of them?
Yes, both of them.
Bottom?
Yep, you're looking at both of them. Okay, so now I'm going to do the apply check, which I'm going to apply my foot to the service brake. And now I'm looking, it's going to push some air out. So now I'm looking to, I should lose no more than 4 psi in 60 seconds. I think it lost about 2 when I pressed on it. So you hold this for 60 seconds.
So 60 seconds for the first and 60 seconds for the second.
Yes, exactly right. So now I'm looking to see if I lose more than 4 psi of air in 60 seconds, which I didn't. And so now I'm telling the examiner what I'm doing, and they're sitting over there at the little thing they're checking. And so now I'm going to tell them, now I'm going to fan the brakes, and which means I'm going to pump the brakes. And I'm looking for the low air pressure warning device that should come on by 60 psi. Right there. Okay, so that's working. So now I'm going to continue fanning the brakes, and my spring brake should pop out between 20 and 45 psi. Okay, and they both popped out. This top one is down almost to 0, but this one right here is right about 32. Okay, so now I'm going to do my build rate, and what I'm looking for is when it gets to, when one of my needles gets to 85 psi, I'm going to start counting to see how long it takes to get to 100. Then when the second one gets at 85, I'm going to count to see how long it gets to 100. Add the 2 together. The 2 combined should reach there within 45 seconds. And so I'm going to do a safe start. I'm pushing my clutch. Make sure it's in neutral. My brakes are set. Start my vehicle. So I'm going to rev it up a little bit, between 800 and 1,000. RPMs. It's 85 and it's starting now. Whichever one gets to 85 first. Like it's going to be the bottom. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. Top one took about 12 seconds. At the bottom we got to about 10 and stopped, and then went back up. So it took about 25, 26 seconds for both to reach 100. And we're still climbing. Just so my charging system's working good, and my air governor just cut off. That keeps the tanks, keeps the pump from pumping more air to the tanks and making them explode. So that's working. So now my air buildup rate is working. So now I'm gonna do my in-cab inspection. My driver's side mirror is clean, it's clear, no cracks, and it's adjusted to me. My windshield is clean and clear of obstructions, no cracks. My New York State registration is present, and it's up to date. My windshield wipers are present. My passenger side mirror is clean and clear of obstructions and it's adjusted to me. My dashboard is clear of obstructions. The steering wheel is no more than 2 inches of play in the 20-inch wheel. My city horn works. I won't use my air horn in the city limits. My left turn signal is operational. My right turn signal is operational. My high beam headlight indicator is operational, and my four-way flashes are operational. Okay. And my gauges, my depth gauge is just a little under 3/4 of the tank. My water pressure, water temperature is at 140 degrees. My oil pressure is at 40 psi. My tachometer is idling at 600 RPMs. My speedometer is registered to 0 because we're not moving. My voltmeter, my charging system, electrical charging system is at about 14.5. My fuel is just under 3/4 of the tank. My primary and secondary air gauges are both reading at 120 psi. Froster, my heat, my shit actually on the frost, are both working. Okay. I called out my safety equipment. All that's good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a tug test and check my brakes. Check my tractor brake. Skip the hole. Put this in here. Off the surge brake, let the clutch out nice and slow to see if that tractor brake holds me. Now let's hold it. I'm going to set my trailer brake and release my tractor brake. I'm going to do the same thing. We get that little tug to see if it holds me. Yeah, that's holding. So now I'm going to release both of them. So now the tractor and the trailer brake are releasing. I'm going to try my trolley brake to see if that holds. That holds. So now I'm going to do a 50-foot brake check. Pull ahead, and I should get up to about 5 miles an hour. Then I'm going to touch my service brake to see if it holds. And I'm looking to see if I get any pull from side to side. Clutch in. Service brake is operational. There's no pull from side to side. No unusual noises, so I know I don't have a breakout adjustment or a bad tire. That completes the in-cab